Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new review on the Dark Eldar Codex. Okay, 7th edition. Very happy with the codex so far. And now it's time to review the elites. Okay, in the previous videos I review in depth the HQs, then I review the Cavalry Warriors and the Witches, also as troops and as elite choices. And now it's time for the units that we have in the elites. So if we follow the order in the book, here I have my computer where I take some notes because I did some build-ups and how I think it's how I see that I will use these units in future and what I see as utility. And let's start. So the first unit we find in the Dark Eldar Codex are the Incubi. Incubi is a unit that have weapon skills 5, strength and toughness 3, 1 wound, initiative 5, 2 attacks, leadership 9, and 3+ armor save. It's the best armor in the codex we have. So it's clearly a close combat unit with a weapon that is AP2 and is adding +1 to the strength. So they are strength 4, AP2 weapon attacking an initiative 5, and if you take the Clivex, then you attack at initiative 6 with 3 attacks. So of course I think that the way to use that is a small unit of 5 in a Venom, and I would recommend to have, so if it's just the Clivex, to have 1 additional attack for 10 points. So a unit of 5 will cost 110 points with the Clivex. This is the use. But I think where you can boost them if they are used as a bodyguard for the Archon. The Archon does not have AP2 weapon, but have the Shadow Field. So how I see that is you put, for example, 4 Incubi in a Venom, and then you add the Archon, and you put the upgrade of the Clivex, Clivex. I don't see why you are going to give the Clave to the Clivex, just to have 1 additional attack with AP3 without the... And the Demi-Claves are costing 15 points, so I don't see the reason why you are going to take the Demi-Clave. I don't know if I lost something in the explanation, but I don't see any benefit and why you are going to pay 15 points for the Demi-Claves. Yeah, it's dual wield. You receive +1 attack. Yes, it's... I don't think it's worth it to pay 15 points for doing the weapon and have 1 extra attack. So how I see that? 4 Clivex. This is costing 90 points, and then you have the Archon with Shadow Field. And you put the Archon, the Agonizer. I would prefer in that case Agonizer, but you can put also the Hulksulate. So you assault. If your opponent is issuing a challenge, you take it with the Clivex. Especially if the opponent have AP2. The Clivex will be able to kill this opponent, and then you can use your Archon to attack the unit, and you can use the rest of Incubi to attack the unit. And when the enemy unit is attacking back, if they can, you use your Archon. If they have power weapons like power axe, power sword, or something like that, you use your Archon to block the attacks. So it's even useful against Terminators. So you attack with your Incubis with AP2, you can do some damage on the Terminators. The attacks back from the Terminators are blocked by your Archon with 2+ invulnerable saves. You are exposing, most of the cases you will expose your Archon to instant death, but I think it's a good protection to a unit that is what you are in the invulnerable saves to a unit that doesn't have. Other build-up, if you want a little bit more, is to make a unit of 6 Incubis with Clivex, 130 points on a rider, sorry, if you think that 4 is too little. Okay, so for me it's the best use of that unit. I don't see other ways to use it. So just as a bodyguard or a unit of 5 to close combat, and they can almost kill anything on the battlefield. Sorry, except maybe monstrous creature with toughness 7 or 8. They will have tough time to wound them, and then in return they will have some pain if you don't put the Archon with the Shadow Field in. Okay, next unit we find in the elites, the Mandrakes. I think Mandrakes now are pretty good. Each Mandrake is costing now 12 points. They have the Bale, I think it's called Bale Flamer or Bale Blast, sorry. They have the Bale Blast without doing any type of, you don't have to have any token or anything. It's a weapon 4/4 assault 2, 18 inches, and on top they have Fear, Fleet, Infiltrate, Move Through Cover, Night Vision, Power from the Pain, and Shrouded and Stealth. So on turn 3, they will have, if you put them in a cover save, they will have 2+ cover save, plus the Feel No Pain in case they fail. So they are pretty strong. I think they are a shooting unit. They are not a close combat unit. Where they excel is to hide them, medium at medium range, shoot, and you will reduce the opponent, you will reduce the casualties by keeping them inside of a cover. I don't see why you are going to take the grade of the Night Fiend. I think just having them as the standard ones, a unit of 5, it's good enough. 5 will cost you, have here the numbers, so 5 will cost you 60 points. If you want 10 shooting, so it's going to be 20 shots, strength 4, AP 4, so slightly better than a bolter. Then it will cost 120 points. I think it's a very good shooting unit. And then they have 2 attacks, strength 4. If you have Furious Charge, strength 5. So you can use them to end up small units, but don't use them to go and charge in close combat. I don't think they are strong enough to go into close combat against strong units. Okay, so Mandrakes, I like so much what I see from them, and I think I will test them in my first battles. The next ones we have are the Wracks, and I'm waiting to see how they are boosted in the Coven Codex. But here the Wracks, they have weapon and ballistic skill 4, strength 3, toughness 4, 1 wound, initiative 4, 1 attack, leadership 8, and then you can have the Acothist with weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 4, and the only difference is they have 2 attacks and +1 to leadership. Okay, I think this unit is also a close combat unit. I see them, so the cost of them, for example, if you take 5 Wracks, then I think the Acothist have to take the, how it's called this, the, sorry, we have it here, have to take the Electrocorrosive Whip, that is AP3 and is poison 5+. So meaning that this guy, the Wrack, will have 2 attacks +1, because I don't think the Electro Whip is, I don't think is a specialist weapon. So just sorry, I have to check here. It's not a specialist weapon, so you will have 3 attacks base, plus they have 3 attacks base plus assaulting 4 attacks when you assault. Of AP3 with that guy is something to take into account. I think they are not bad, and and they are not very expensive. 50 points for 5. So you have with all the grades, you will pay about 100 points. With if you also add a os factor, that is a weapon, so you can even add a shooting weapon that is 24 inches, is assault 1, flesh bend, and it's AP2. So you can also start causing some casualties, and then if you cause a wound, this person is exploding, making an explosion. So I think it's a unit that can have a small shooting, and in close combat they are also able to do some damage. Okay, so I think they are not bad. You can use them with the and they have feel no pain from the beginning, so you don't need to boost them with extra turns to have the feel no pain, and you can put inside a Monculus or another combat unit, but I think they can operate alone, and they can be used. I think in the Coven they are going to be. They can be used to also to hold objectives. You can take them without any upgrade, 50 points. They are just 10 points more expensive than 10 warriors, but they have toughness 4, so they are going to be quite resilient. And if you don't want to use them like that, you can add the Oz factor. Just adding the Oz factor there, it will cost 60 points with the Oz factor, so it's not a bad choice neither. And sorry, 65 points with the Oz factor, so it's not a bad elite. And they can go in a rider if you want. So it's not the best. I think Mandrakes are much better in that way. They are much more resilient. They can hold objectives. They can deliver a lot of shooting. And in close combat, the Incubis are better, but are more expensive. They cost half of the Incubi. Okay. And finally, we have the Grotesque. The Grotesque is a bulky creature. Have weapon skill 4, strength and toughness 5, 3 wounds. Initiative 4, 3 attacks, leadership 3, and this is the weak point for me, the Grotesque. The Grotesques are very good in close combat. They are very strong. Toughness 5, feel no pain, so difficult to damage. They have rampage, so if they are outnumbered, that is going to be most of the cases, they add plus 1d3 into the attacks. They have also feel no pain, night vision, and power from the pain. Their cost 3 are costing 105 points, and what I see is just to use 3 with 1 aberration, that is plus 10 points, and then put the aberration. Also the aberration can take weapons from torture, can take the electrocorrosive whip, that is, if I'm not wrong, is 20 points. So you will have 135 points, and then you will have the aberration will have 4 attacks basic, and they have only close combat weapon and flesh gauntlet, so they will have as well 2 attacks base 1 attack for additional weapons, so 5 attacks in the assault, 6 attacks of AP3 and strength 5, repeating to wound, because they will have poison rule, and most of the cases they will have higher strength than the opponent. So I think Grotesques are going to be more on the battlefield. They're quite good. They're bulky, so you can put up to 4 in a rider, and I think they have the option to take a rider as a dedicated transport. So quite a strong unit, quite scary in close combat. Toughness, strength 5 with poison is a great combination. They have the flesh gauntlet. I think the flesh gauntlet also have. Let me check exactly. Flesh gauntlet is somewhere here. Flesh gauntlet also have the lethal dose. So 6s will instant kill if you are fighting, for example, Ogvets, that can be a good opponent for them, or you are fighting another multi-wound unit. So they and also the feel no pain 5 plus with toughness 5 means that you will almost always. There are not a lot of weapons that have strength 10. What is the weak points of all our assault units? They don't have grenades, so they will attack at the initiative 1. In the case of the Grotesques on the Wracks, so I don't think that is important. In the case of the Incubi, they will need to attack first to reduce the enemies. In the case of the Mandrakes, if you don't attack first, they are dead because they don't have any type of armor to protect themselves. And yeah, and you are highly dependent on the cover save on all of them. So if in your opponent have, especially for the Mandrakes, if your opponent have templates, have rules to ignore cover like the Mark Lights or like the orders in the Imperial Guard, you have to be very careful. If they ignore the cover, and this is I think a big problem on all the units we have in that codex. This codex is highly dependent on the cover saves. So if your enemy can deny the cover save in any way, you will have a tough call. So that's all for if I have to rate them, I will say for me, Grotesque and Mandrakes are the best. Incubis and for me the last one are the Wracks. The Wracks can work better as a troops. I think they should be more troops than elite. So overall, good elite choices in that codex, and that's all. So please let me know what is your favorite elite unit. What are the units that you would like to field in as Dark Eldar, and give your opinion and comments from what I explained here. So thanks a lot for watching this video, and see you again later. Bye!